Ouija time. Now, you've seen me do a lot of things. Beat up Bowser. Beat up King Boo. Step on some turds. Throw Koopa shells at friends and foes. You've seen me party. You've seen me drive a car. You've seen me ghost bust. But what you haven't seen is me out in Fresno doing live action interviews. So we're going to be at Anime-Nia. We're going to go in. We're going to talk to the people. My people. Ouija's people. And I swear, if you have a problem with Weegie and his people, there's going to be a serious blue shell in your face, capiche? Okay. So let's go. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go.
Ouija time.
One, what are your thoughts on Player 2?
Player 2? Nothing wrong with Player 2. He's the wingman. Everyone's got a wingman.
Yeah. So you'd be like the Iceman,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Or a goose, I guess.
Yeah.
But there's nothing silly about it. Who do you think's better, Player 1 or Player 2?
Player 2.
You're goddamn right it is. I gotta ask you, what do you think's better, Player 1 or Player 2?
Player 1.
Okay, we'll edit that out. What are your thoughts on Player 2?
Player 2?
Correct, Player 2.
Player 2 is the best player. Bottom screen is the GOAT.
So you would say, in this instance, bottoms are better?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
They have more fun.
What are your thoughts on Player 2?
I think player 2 is the better player. Yeah, I prefer underdogs.
Player 2 is normally the bottom.
What are your thoughts on bottoms?
They're great, I guess.
He is one, so.
Okay. And for you?
For me, on the bottom?
You know, or whatever. Player 2,
Player 2
bottoms.
or bottoms? I like both.
What are your thoughts on Player 2?
Player 2?
Correct, Player 2. Like, you get like a Player 1 who's like super whatever, and then you get like that surprise Player 2, and you're like, whoa, that's kind of cool and refreshing. I'd be super down to grab a beer with him. Like, what are your thoughts on Player 2?
Unfortunately, I feel like I ended up being more of the Player 1 and she's the Player 2.
Okay, so I just won't go back to you here. All right.
Yeah, let's talk as a player 2. Player 2. We are superior. We are funny, and we carry it. Everyone's there for the player 2. It's always the side characters, never the main.
She's so right about that. She's so based, as the youth say.
Good morning, and welcome to the Do-Over Podcast live. That's right, live,
Good
baby,
morning.
from Anime-Nia. Woohoo!
Oh, yeah. Ouija time.
It's a Ouija time?
It's Ouija time. Bang, bang.
We're here. We're dressed up in full Nintendo garb. We don't understand why people don't appreciate $80 video games. Get with the times. It's a problem for you, not for us.
And what's the deal with Waluigi?
I know, right? What's the deal? Now, what you're hearing in the background right now is the big old talent contest that's going on over there. So you may hear a little bit of feedback, but we're just out for the love of the game. With us, an individual that walked by and said, I want to be on that podcast. And we said, take a seat. What's your name?
Hey, my name's Imran, but you can call me Chemist. That's Chemist with a Y.
It's Chemist.
Chemist.
Yeah, it's Chemist.
Chemist.
So you said that you definitely wanted to, not even knowing who we were, which thank you for your support. You saw how cool we look, and you're like, you guys are so cool. You look so cool. I need to sit down with you. What did you want to talk about?
Just about anything, but mostly WrestleMania 41 in my Mount Rushmore.
Okay, so tell us, who are your top 4 of all time? Because I've got my 4. I've been thinking about it.
I got my 4.
So basically, I like to do my Mount Rushmore by eras. So with the Hulkamania area, I like, what's it called? Jake the Snake Roberts. I think he's a great wrestler.
Sorry. Keep going.
I'd say new generation between Hulkamania and Attitude Era. I'd say Bret Hart is a good one.
Bret Hart's good, yeah.
He's a good shooter. He's a good interviewer. I'd say this one's gonna be really random for the Attitude Era because he's not really well known.
Wait, can I say it?
Is it Scotty Too Hotty?
No. Can I say it and see if we're on the same page here? Is it X-Pac?
It's Vader.
Fuck. I thought it was close. I love X-Pac.
I was going to say Rikishi.
I would have
You
said.
just throw that thing back, you know what I'm
Actually,
saying?
I take that back. Not Vader. The Godfather. I think he's a great wrestler. I don't know what's the rating on this one because I don't know if I can talk about his train of.
You can
say whatever you want, man.
Say whatever you want.
Yeah, he has this thing called the Ho Train.
Hell yeah, Ho Train. All right, I'm going to give you my Mount Rushmore, my
All right.
top four.
Top four.
Okay, Stone Cold Steve Austin, because you know he was just fun. I like Goldberg because they were around the same time.
Goldberg was a monster.
Goldberg would go in and do this thing where he would like walk into smoke and like breathe in and would come out of his nose, right?
He'd do the "you're next" and just light you up.
Yeah, that shit was hard. I like that. I love X-Pac from the Attitude Era. I love X-Pac, dude. I thought he was so tight. He was so cool. I loved watching that guy wrestle. He didn't get as much time as everyone else did, you know what I mean? But I loved because he was like a smaller, slender dude.
Yeah.
Going around doing his thing. But like if you see him in real life, like that guy's a brick shit house, dude.
All right,
like,
you got one more.
I got one more. I don't want to be basic.
You're gonna be basic
and say The Rock. But like
Rock Stone Cold was one of the best rivalries of all time.
And that's mainly when I was watching was like that era. I loved watching those guys wrestle and talk shit to each other. Like I thought it was some of the coolest shit, dude.
I mean, you guys are good. I mean, they're not mine. So I mean,
and shout out Bret Hart too.
Number one, you guys are crazy. Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid,
Shawn
HBK,
Michaels, great.
I mean, come on now. 2, you got to go with Jeff Hardy. Homeboy's got more street cred than any wrestler of all time.
You take that back.
3, Rob Van Dam.
It's a good choice.
Dude was awesome and an ECW phenom. And then number 4, I'll go a little new, a little old, a little in between. I know I should say Undertaker on this. I mean, it's right there.
Oh, shout out Mankind too. He was fun to watch.
But it's the legend killer Randy Orton. Homeboy was kicking people in the face, giving them concussions and CTE. Handcuffed Triple H to a corner, kissed his wife in front of him after he RKO'd her, throws John Cena's dad over the ring and kicks him in the head.
Hey, I want to say a big shout out to something that we've had a lot of fun with when it comes to WWE. Crime Time.
Ooh, I do love me some Crime Time.
You're so cheap.
Explain to me what made you love Crime Time because they stole a car.
So Crime Time was his tag team about 10, 12 years ago, and it was the late great Shad and JTG, and they would come out in like bulletproof vests and wife beaters, and they had a great intro. It was like Brooklyn, hey, we bringing the crime to you. Which in hindsight, probably not the best,
probably not the smartest.
But they used to take on these like they used to take on these other guys like the Domino Bros, and they were like these greaser type. They'd come out in like a cherry convertible.
Right.
And Crime Time just stole their car.
Yeah, Deuce and Domino.
Yeah, Deuce and Domino. And they had a great beef back and forth. Crime Time was slept on for sure.
So what do you think about the new state of WWE and wrestling in general?
So I just want to preface that with WWE did love to push the narrative. They did love to push the book. They wanted to make their content as much edgy as they could. Like they would push if there was a stereotype about something, they would put that in.
Oh yeah.
Like
peak writing.
Shout out Bob Venus.
Like remember the Gulf War when they made Iron Sheik Colonel Mustafa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
General Adnan.
Yeah.
And then
that was pretty crazy.
and then they made what's it called? Sergeant Slaughter, Iraqi sympathizer.
I do remember that. That's nuts.
Did they?
Yeah.
They did.
They gave him one of the craziest heel turns ever.
Dude, that's pretty funny that they would do that. I mean, like in retrospect, you're like, dude, they really.
Dude, Edge and Lita had a porno.
Yeah.
On a Monday Night Raw show.
No, I know, dude. I know. What was the really banging blonde's name?
Trish Stratus?
No, not Trish Stratus.
Stacy Keibler?
No, is the one around the Attitude Era, probably like 20, 30 years ago, probably almost 30 years ago. She did Playboy. She was Sable. Sable. I remember that.
Yeah, that was that was something.
That was something. in the middle of Monday Night Raw, she comes out and then she just takes off her shirt with her boobs out and it has 2 X's over her nipples. And it's there's like tons of kids.
No, it was handprints.
Oh yeah.
Was it handprints?
Yeah,
I thought it was X's.
No, it was handprints.
Was it?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, crazy shit that
and
they
then
would
you
pull.
can see Jerry Lawler losing his shit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know what's even crazier to think about is just like Donald Trump was at WrestleMania and clotheslined McMahon and shaved his head.
Yeah.
That was like 15 years ago.
Yeah, no, that's fucking wild.
You're going down, Vince. You're a schmuck.
Yeah, we were talking about that, and I was like, I just remember the Triple H as Kane, where he literally had sex with a fucking dead body.
Okay.
He did.
Do you remember, this was a crazy storyline, because I always watch like the Hardy Boys, like Matt and Jeff. And Matt had a beef with Kane because Kane had Lita's kid, apparently. You don't remember this?
No.
So like Kane was saying like Lita was pregnant and Matt thought like he was going to be a dad, but Kane was like, nah, that baby mine.
Yeah, that's my baby.
And he's like, no way, man. Kane, you're a monster. And like,
did they fight over fatherhood of the baby?
And then like, then they all found out like Edge and Lita were a thing, and Lita was cheating on Edge, and they had one of the best steel cage fights ever, and he leg drops off the top. Sick.
I did see the Mankind Undertaker match on live. I watched that live. That was pretty cool. Watching
The one
that.
where he goes to the cage?
Yeah.
What was your favorite?
I watched
Good
that
God
live.
Almighty!
Good God Almighty, he's broken in half. What's your favorite match you've ever watched?
Probably that one.
Oh, I know. You just told us. Him.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
Good question. I have two.
Okay.
WrestleMania 3. Well, actually 3, because 2 of them were at WrestleMania 3.
Fair enough.
Macho Man versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Oh, yeah.
Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. And I believe there's this Tuesday in Texas, 1991, Macho Man versus Jake the Snake Roberts, where Damien spites Macho Man's bicep. That shit actually happened.
That's crazy.
Yeah, how we forget about Macho Man, dude? That guy always looked like he was about to pop. Like he would just explode.
Like a neck vein would just shoot blood.
Shoot blood out everywhere.
Let's see. I had a Edge and Christian versus Dudley Boys versus Hardy Boys ladder match at WrestleMania 20. Hulk Hogan versus The Rock.
Oh, I remember that.
That was huge. Undertaker versus HBK 1 and 2. I don't think you can compare. I don't think you can do one without referencing the other. They were 2 of the best matches ever.
A genuine question.
Yeah.
Did you think that do you think that the stars would have aligned and that would have been Stone Cold versus Hulk Hogan? Because that would have been a crazy match.
That would have been a crazy match, but I feel like it needed to be The Rock, because The Rock and Hulk Hogan were kind of like the golden apple.
Yeah.
Stone Cold was always kind of a rebel. I mean, that was his whole thing.
When Hulk Hogan tried to go like heel turn into like NWO and be like a badass, like a badass, like edgy kind of a villain, kind of not. It's like, it was unbelievable. It was an unbelievable act he was playing. Like, dude, you're like America's dude. You know what I mean?
Well, Hollywood Hulk Hogan wasn't bad. He had a cool look to him. He just, and like, he was Hollywood Hulk when him and The Rock took on each other at WrestleMania, but like, it couldn't have been Stone Cold there. Right. It had to be The Rock. The people's elbow in front of all those people on Hulk Hogan, the leg drop, it had to be.
Remember when Hulk Hogan dressed up as, was it Mr. America or something like that? And he made Vince McMahon take a lie detector test.
Dude, the amount of just like nonsense
the nonsense shit that they would do.
You know what my favorite one though is of all time? It's Do-Rag Vince. What up, G?
Looking like Michael Scott from The Office.
It was after he got his head shaved.
Yeah.
And so he stole the ECW champion. So he's like hardcore Vince.
Yeah.
And he would just walk around, what up, dog? Go to John Cena of all people, because John Cena was still rap John Cena.
Right.
And not the Marine.
Yeah, So, okay. Well, then I must say we appreciate you taking a seat here, talking about some wrestling. Where can people find you? Because you did the talent show.
You did. Do
you go around to a lot of conventions like this and do talent shows?
I used to, but it's been hard because I don't live around here. I live in Porterville.
Got it.
It's a small town, and I rarely come out here just for conventions.
Really?
Yeah, I think the last convention I went out here was last year's Anime Gaming Con, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty big convention that I had no idea how big it was going to be, and I came and I scoped the spot, and then when he explained like how many people were going to be here, and there's another one coming up in November, and that one's going to be even bigger. There's a ton of people here, but you got on stage, you did Tequila. And you did a laugh at the end.
You got a great beat.
It was pretty good.
Give us a Hey Lois real quick.
Hey, Lois.
Hey, Lois.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So you went up there, you danced and did Tequila, and you did it very entertainingly. We were talking about it over here, so it was fun watching you. Where can everyone find you on the socials and stuff?
You can find me on Instagram at Chemist Cosplays. That is Chemist. There's no space between them. Just Chemist Cosplays, and it's a picture of me and one of my cosplays being shown how to fire an M16.
That's pretty badass.
Sick. Love it.
Is it Nathan Drake?
No, it was a cosplay from Wonder Woman. I think it was Chris Pine's character.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Right on, man.
Well, go find them. Support your local talented individuals that love anime conventions representing Porterville. Thank you very much for coming in today.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Ouija time.
No. Now, I don't want to tell you which one's my favorite, but personally, Weegie likes Bulbasaur. Don't tell the others. They'll make fun of me. You're cool, though, Char. Squirtle, where are your sunglasses, Squirtle? Pikachu, why are you all the way over there, man? What are your little ass hands over there? What you doing? Looking for a hug. No, looking for charity out here. Where'd Ash go? He's leaving you here? We gotta find Ash. We gotta catch them all. Ouija back, and we have...
Do I say my actual name?
You can be whoever you want to be.
Huh. Ponkador. I'm Ray. I'm Max.
Dylan.
What brought you to Anime-Nia? Did you think it was anime characters wrestling each other? Because that's why I showed up.
I'm actually here for Ray's 20th birthday. It's my birthday. Yes, we're here for Ray's birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's also Paul Castro's birthday, and he's one of the voice actors here. So.
Oh, very cool, very cool. I know Yuji. Is that Kaiba? Are you Kaiba?
Risley from Genshin Impact.
Okay, Genshin Impact. And for you?
I'm Clarin from Genshin Impact. I'm Shenhe from Genshin Impact.
Okay, so were you left out of the group chat? What's going on?
I don't play Genshin, and I begged every one of my mutuals on Instagram, and nobody had an extra Genshin cosplay.
Okay.
So here I am.
Like, let's say there was, I don't know, like a video game where there were a lot of awesome characters, and you could choose between either driving a cart, or maybe partying, or, beating each other up, or, like maybe playing golf or tennis. Would you be more inclined to play that than, I don't know, this Genshin Impact or whatever?
Are you in the game?
Very much so, yes.
Then I'll play just for you.
Ouija's heart grew 2 sizes this day. Would you be inclined to play this? I don't know. We could just throw a name to it, like a Luigi party or something. Definitely not like a brother Mario or anything.
Am I inclined to play it over Genshin?
Correct.
I don't think so. I put too much money in that game.
Okay. Wait, so you have to pay to play Genshin?
No, you don't have to pay to play, but you can.
Do you have to pay to win?
Not all the time.
All right. See, noobs are welcome. So you can play. A strong group from Genshin Impact, plus the guy from Fortnite. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, we're out on location at Anime-Nia right now, just interviewing some of the crowd, and you stopped by. What is your name?
My name is Winter.
No, it's Lady Tsunade.
My cosplay is Lady Tsunade, yes.
So, Lady Tsunade, first question. What's the deal with Pervy Sage?
No, for real, though. What is the deal? No, just kidding. So you were rolling by. You complimented our amazing cosplay efforts, which was $40 from Amazon, and then it showed up, and then we put it on. And I must just say I appreciate the recognition. Even though people are really hard on Nintendo right now, I think we'll circle back around.
I think we'll bounce back.
Now, you're here with your whole family.
Yes.
Okay. Do you do a lot of convention stuff?
I used to. Once I had my son, it's kind of a little bit hard to do that with a baby.
Yeah.
But we did dress him up as baby Kurama today. It just got really hot outside, so I had to take it off.
Yeah.
My husband was supposed to come as Jiraiya.
Oh, yeah.
But,
See, what's the deal with Pervy Sage?
See, what's the deal?
You'd have to ask my husband.
Oh, yeah.
He's more like Jiraiya than you'd think.
So do you do a lot of cosplay stuff? Like a lot?
Yes, actually I do.
What is your favorite character to cosplay? Is it Tsunade?
It is not, actually.
Ooh.
My
Hang
favorite...
on. Can we guess it?
You could try.
Is it Shonen? Ooh.
It is nothing from Naruto.
Okay.
This is like my second favorite.
Okay. Second favorite. Is it slice of life or is it fantasy?
I would say it's more action-y.
Okay. And it's not Shonen. Sword Art Online?
No, it is not.
Okay. No Fire Force is
Would you like a
shonen.
hint?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll give you the anime. It is My Hero Academia.
Well, that's shonen.
I am very exhausted. I woke up at like 3 in the morning today.
Don't listen to
All right,
him.
okay. Is it Midnight? Lady Midnight?
It is not.
Okay. Is it Mirako?
No.
One of the students?
It's not a student, no.
Is it from the League of Villains?
Yes.
Is it Miro?
Miro?
The needles in the blood.
Himoko Toga?
Toga.
Yes.
I knew it. I didn't know it.
Toga, and I've cosplayed Dobby as well.
Ooh, there is a Dobby out here that did a fantastic job.
I seen. It was very good.
Can I
Drew
ask?
looking lost right now.
Yeah, because I didn't watch My Hero.
My Hero.
Ask away.
Yeah.
My Hero is a fantastic manga.
Oh, I have no, dude. I've started My Hero like 8 times and gotten to episode 9, and for some reason has fallen off over and over and over again. But you're talking to a guy that, you know, I'm 41 and I've been.
Mamma mia.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm about to die. Woohoo!
Mario, we're old.
But you know, I'm 41 years old, and I was a big like early to mid to late 90s anime fan. So I was big into a lot of the OVAs, a lot of the movies like Akira and the original Evangelion series, Ninja Scroll. Like that's what got me all into this. And I've consumed a ton of this shit. And I feel like there are some early 90s to mid 90s anime that are must watch for anime fans, like the Demon City, Shinjuku's, like those kind of early efforts definitely is, you know, I wouldn't say you're not a fan if you don't watch them, but I feel like they need recognition because those are back in the hand-drawn, everything's hand-drawn days. So I want to ask you, one, what's your favorite early anime? Okay.
What's the one that got you into it?
What's the one that got you into it?
So I have a confession.
Okay.
By all means, confess away.
I was not into anime until I met my husband.
Really?
Really. In
So
high
see,
school.
that's a
proper woman. Yeah.
Big anime nerd.
Okay.
I mean it. That man has seen almost everything.
Right. Yeah.
My first anime that he had me watch was actually Seven Deadly Sins.
Okay.
But I was not
7 Deadly
into it.
Frames.
I did not like it. I don't like Seven Deadly
Why do you say 7 Deadly Frames?
Because the first 2 seasons of 7 Deadly Sins were very good. And then the budget got swept out.
Slashed.
And the animation from season 3 on, which is a shame because one of the biggest fights of the series is in season 3, is horrible.
Really?
Horrendous. Now, season 2, though, when they introduced Escanor, he's GOAT. Best mustache in anime.
So
I didn't even make it past season 1.
That's fair.
I did watch the first 2 seasons, and then I kind of fell off too.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm not missing much.
You really, the second you see Escanor is when you needed to stop because that was the best it was getting.
What's your favorite current anime that's going on right now?
Currently,
Yeah, like what do
Devil
you guys?
May Cry.
Okay, can we talk about this?
Yes, we can.
Can we talk about this?
It was fun. It was fun.
There were people.
It was a lot of fun.
bitching so hard about, and I'm like, hold the fuck on.
It's because they didn't play the games first. So my assumption is a lot of the references that you see, that I see, because I didn't even know that was a game until my husband.
Yeah.
He is a big Devil May Cry fan. He has all of the games from the very first one up to the newest one. He plays them relentlessly. And when the anime came out, we watched it and he was like, oh my God, that's a reference. That's a reference. He was just pointing out every reference. And then his coworker actually was like, it's very slow. Like, I don't get it. And he's like, well, you kind of have to play the game to get it.
Right. And first of all, I didn't find it that slow at all. And second of
I
all,
loved it.
I thought it was a ton of fun.
Dude, they framed it in a way that it's not a main canon story. It's kind of a Elseworld kind of a deal, which is great because now you're not fucking with canon. They did it tonally, very, very attitude in your face, bombastic. Even the designs of the characters, like the whole, like, what is it? Something dumb. What was the
Dante and
no. The task force.
Oh, Darkom.
Yeah.
So their design is extremely 1994 anime style with the hair.
Plus, they made Mike Pence an anime character.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I'm telling you right now, I dug the tone, I felt like they nailed exactly what they were trying to do, and it was fucking fun.
And let's not forget the music choices.
Oh,
I loved
great.
hearing
I will say, though,
Evanescence in that.
Yeah,
and then Green
Evanescence
Day.
new
Oh my
song was
God,
sweet.
Green Day.
That was the whole point. The whole point of what they were trying to do was that, and they nailed it.
That when I don't want to spoil anything.
You didn't spoil. We'll put a
warning over.
Got it. So spoiler alert, during the chase scene when Papa Roach came on, I smacked my husband. I was like, it's last resort.
I will say, I loved hearing that song. The CGI in that scene in particular was horrible.
There is some rough CGI, but look,
I can look past that for fun.
Hey, if you saw the numbers, it's a hit. They already
Season
renewed
2
it
confirmed.
for season 2. And honestly, I was a big stan of Adi Shankar's first when he adapted Castlevania. I was a huge fan of that. And he's not. I think he's getting producing credits on Nocturne, but someone else took over Nocturne. They're killing it. But goddamn, if Devil May Cry was not such, because I was like, when I saw the trailers, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be into this.
Same reaction,
right?
Yeah.
And then from episode 1, I was like, oh,
Got it.
yes, I'm in. So,
can I ask you a question?
Yes, yeah,
please.
Okay, both of you actually.
Sure.
What was your favorite scene, like in the entire? All
So
of it.
I'm between two. I really like the opening gunfight with the bounty hunters, and where he's just like, "Who
That's
are we
really good.
shooting at?"
That was
But
mine
also,
too.
I really liked episode 6, where it's the backstory of Lady and the White Rabbit.
When that was interesting because I haven't played the games, all of them.
I haven't either,
So when
but
my
that's why I think I
husband,
enjoyed it so
when he
much.
was watching it, he was like, "That's not her original backstory."
Right.
And I was like, "What do you mean?" So he had to go back and explain the original to me, and I realized that the outfit that she's wearing isn't even the actual outfit
No,
from the game. So
but
I
I
was
think
like, "Oh, okay."
that was the point, though, because they knew they were going to take liberties in it. If they put it into like a canonical device, right, it would piss off too many people. So it's good that it's like, okay, this is just different. And my favorite scene, probably, there's a couple that I really, really liked. I liked it when he hit his double trigger for the first time. That was super sick. I love the very opening scene where the rabbit is just murking people with the sword.
Yeah.
I mean, that was super cool. It had so many great in-your-face moments. I love the one when he threw the motorcycle at him, and he's like, "Man, that guy's so cool."
Actually, I do have a sleeper scene, and it's after, again, spoilers, when the scientist throws the grenade and the rabbit's like,
yeah,
and pops it back and closes the door.
That was
Like,
funny when
what an idiot.
You have a demon rabbit. Well, yeah, but you get what I mean. A demon rabbit holding a sword, and the scientist goes to attack him with a fucking keyboard. And he's like,
that was hilarious.
Burp. Yeah, he just goes, burp. Yeah,
Like,
no.
what are you gonna do with that?
Right. So, well, awesome. I want to thank you for taking the time and coming and talking to us. Where can people find you?
My socials?
Yeah.
My Instagram handle is lyrics123.
Lyrics 123. Any underscores, anything like that?
No.
Okay. Go and support local cosplayer, good family mom, great girlfriend, got into anime because my girl.
Actually, wife.
Oh, well,
yeah.
I'm saying.
He put a ring on it.
She's
I'm not wearing it.
Mrs. Tsunade.
No, I was
to
going to
you,
say,
Buck.
originally, when you first got together, great girlfriend to be like, I'm going to be into anime too, because my wife's like, oh my God, isn't there stuff?
Anime and video games.
See,
I was
right on.
not into any of that.
A woman of
before that.
culture.
And he got me into all of it, and now I own every single console.
Hells yeah.
Perfect.
That's what it's all about. So go and find her, support, and thank you very much for taking the time.
Thank you for having
Lady
me.
Tsunade, everybody.
Lady Tsunade.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Ouija time.
Hey, who put Daisy up there? Hey. Pretty horny. It's a pretty horny section over here, huh?
Very. I'm not complaining.
It's a little distracting.
Yeah,
No Princess Daisy stuff, though. I mean, that's good. That's good. That's good. Not that we would want that. With me today is Bowser's sister, Bowserette. Is that correct?
I'm Magnus, my own D&D character.
Oh, okay. Is that like Dungeons and Dinosaurs?
Dungeons and Dragons.
What kind of dragon?
The best kind. The kind that you can seduce.
Do they shoot fire out of their mouths?
And other orifices, yes.
Do they try and kidnap princesses?
Say 20% of the time.
Not 100% of the time.
Not 100%.
All right, I'll let it slide this time. So what is this Magnus? Tell us a little bit about Magnus. Who is Magnus? Who are we getting to know?
Okay, Magnus is a wild magic sorcerer tiefling, ancestral daughter of Osmodius.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who is Osmodius? Is it any relation to Osmosis Jones?
Not quite. Osmodius is the king of the hells, the lord of lies.
And what's his relation with King Boo?
Acquaintances.
So one not to be trusted. What's this horde that I keep hearing about? Whores? Horde? Is it Dragon's Horde?
It's Dragon's Horde. So Dragon's Horde is a game store in Fresno on Bullard and Marks. We are mainly a D&D store where you can come pick up your tabletop role-playing game needs. We've also got Warhammer, card games, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, Lorcana, and just all of your D&D collectible needs.
So if I wanted to, say, make a character in this D&D that definitely isn't Bowser related, I could maybe, I don't know, make like an adventurer who, travels primarily through pipes, save princesses and steps on turtles, to save said princess. I could do that.
You absolutely could, yeah.
And have arguably the best mustache in my family.
Yeah, your imagination is your only limit.
Okay, so it sounds like Ouija time might be at Dragon's time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
And go to Dragon's Horde. Go Ouija.
And we're back.
We're back.
We're back. We have John with us. How's it going, John?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Oh, we're doing great. Anime-Nia, okay? 2025, baby. And it's kind of like the perfect weather.
Perfect
right
weather.
Now. Like, I feel good. I'm in the
perfect
sun,
weather
but I'm not
for
melting yet.
Yeah, perfect weather to get in your cart, go for a drive, see somebody you don't like, maybe in a purple jumpsuit, and throw some shells at him. No big deal.
What are you even talking about? Oh, Waluigi?
We don't say his name here.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we don't mention that. Anyways, John, who are you cosplay as?
I'm just a regular
Class 1A.
Yeah,
my
just a
hero
regular student.
I know ball.
All right, so we're gonna start right off, John, with some anime questions.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I was talking to Lady Tsunade not too long ago, and I was talking to him about the love of early to mid 90s anime, all the hand drawn, all the original all the original properties that ushered in the new era of love, anime love. What is your favorite early to mid 90s anime?
I haven't watched a lot of
Okay, let's go over the
early-
ones that are iconic. Okay. Ninja Scroll.
No.
Akira.
I have heard about that, but I haven't watched
Oh
that.
my God, you gotta watch
Cowboy
it.
Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop.
I do like the theme song. I always listen to it.
I mean, so you're more of a modern anime dude?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so what are your favorites rolling right now?
Right now, as like a normie thing, I do like Demon Slayer. I like that a lot.
I like myself some
I
Demon
think
Slayer.
it gets overhated. it gets overhated.
I mean, the story maybe could have been a little better, but I really love the artwork, and I'm just really a fan of like, just like the looks of it,
Sometimes you just need a good anime about slashing up some demons. There's nothing
that's
wrong
really
with
what
that.
I was there for. Right?
Exactly.
I read the manga. I do feel like the end is rushed.
Yeah,
like the end of the manga is
for sure.
definitely rushed.
100%.
And their release scheduling and strategy is a little like breaking certain arcs into movies and stuff like that, waiting very long time.
But I mean, they made so much money
They
on
made so
Demon
much
Slayer.
money.
But
so much.
the artwork that goes into that is crazy.
It is. It's beautiful.
So it makes sense that
And you
they
know what?
take a lot of time. to
Rengoku
make it.
deserved a movie.
He did.
Rengoku. If
That
there
was
was
a-
any Hashira arc that deserved a movie, it was Rengoku.
For sure.
Are you just saying that just because he died? Spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
Donut Kun.
Yeah. Shout out Donut. So, what do you go to a lot of anime conventions, or are you
This
just
is my
here?
first one.
This is your first
Yeah,
one.
I've
huh?
always wanted to go on. The only one I've heard about was like the ones in LA, but I just don't go there a lot. But I was so surprised to hear like anime cons here in Fresno.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
not only that, it's big, dude.
Yeah, I did
There's
not
a lot
expect
of-
it to be this big.
Neither did I. I came over here on like Thursday, just scoping the spot, and one of the guys the guy that's running the whole thing, he was showing me, and I was like, oh my God, there's so much space out here. It's
Yeah.
wild. And then I'm thinking to myself, like, how many people are going to show up and stuff like that. So what time did you get here?
I got here like Probably 11.
11 o'clock?
11 or 10:30.
Yeah. All right, here's my next question. Give me some hot anime takes. Tell me the overrated anime, the underappreciated anime. Give me some hot anime takes right now.
Hot anime takes?
Like, what anime, in your opinion, gets all the
Get a
bluster
fandom
online?
mad. Just do it.
Yeah, just get a fandom mad.
Get a
Who
friend
cares?
mad.
We're here to get
I
sliced
think
up
One
on
Piece is overrated.
Elliot, what do you feel about that, Elliot?
I disagree, but you know what?
It's just too long. I don't know.
But that's the journey of One Piece.
I don't know.
It's been going on for 25 years. Of course it's long. And it's still fresh and it's still this big, this far back, or this far going. Like it's a classic. It's a cultural classic.
I mean, it's like recent. I've seen like recent like arcs of it. It does look really good, and I kind of want to get into it. But I'm like, I tried like watching just like the beginning. I was just like,
The investment of time is kind of a hard ask.
My favorite arc is early One Piece. It's Alabasta. That's where we get introduced to Crocodile Mugiwara. But
wait, hold on. Let me ask you something,
Sure.
Elliot. So he's an original One Piece fan. Okay, you read the manga, didn't you?
No, I've been day one. Like when the anime first came out is when I was watching it, and I'm going to start the manga. If I've caught up with the anime, then I'll read the manga chapters to keep up. But yeah,
here's my question to you. Okay. Since it is such a hard investment of time, but Netflix announced the One Piece, which is going to be an abridged version, updated art of all of One Piece, right? But they're going to kind of hyper condense a lot of the episodes and arcs into tangible, kind of digestible seasons. Would you be willing to maybe jump in there because it's going to really, kind of,
I think I would.
See, me too. That's the way I'm thinking about it because I didn't watch it.
Did you watch? Did you watch the live action on Netflix?
I did not. No, because I was like, I thought to myself like maybe I should watch the anime first, but then I'm like that's too long. So I don't know. I didn't. Know, but when I watched Bleach, I did watch the live action movie first.
Yeah,
it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that bad either.
I thought it was like I was like, bro, you know how like live action animes get hate,
right?
But I was like, this one's not that bad, and that's what made me watch Bleach.
I didn't watch the live action movie, but I did watch all of Bleach.
Yeah. So I grew up. Yu Yu Hakusho is my favorite anime ever. Favorite ever. And then they announced it live action on Netflix, and I was like, we've heard this before.
We've been here before,
but
Cowboy Bebop.
I was like, they did such a good job on One Piece. Just give it a shot. Is it great? No.
Oh.
But the action's
it's
awesome.
kind of all right. I liked it. I dug it.
You know how I knew it was a hit?
What?
The first like 10 minutes of the show, Yusuke's drop kicking Kuwabara in the chest. Like in a street fight.
Yeah,
he just drop kicks the guy.
Yeah, no, that was
like,
cool.
when have you ever seen someone drop kick someone in a street fight? It's like, you know what? I'm in. I'm invested. And that's what you want. You just want a fun romp when it comes to live action.
What was the first anime to get you into it? Like the one that you...
First anime to get me to like
ever.
watch?
Yeah.
So how I started watching anime, I was like watching on Cartoon Network.
Toonami?
Yeah, it was Dragon Ball.
Hell yeah.
But it was like weird because when the first episodes came out, it was like the Raditz season.
Right.
Or like arc. I didn't like it.
Really?
So I was like, I'm not gonna watch this. Because I thought it looked cool, but then like after watching, I was like, I don't know about this. But then later on, when they showed the Frieza arc, I was like, and he turned Super Saiyan for the first time. I was like, now this is
it's
so
an
cool.
experience. Watching Goku go Super Saiyan for the first time.
That entire arc was so good. And then I watched the whole thing from start to finish, and it was just beautiful.
You know what I love?
I just started like expanding from there, like Naruto. I watched all of that. Even the fillers too, because at the time I was like still new to it. So
You're willing to watch 400 episodes of filler, but you're not willing to watch One Piece of actual story.
Time, I was like, because I was first starting off. If I first started off One Piece, I might have just watched everything.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I was so addicted. I wanted to watch whatever. I just watched whatever because I needed content. But since after that, I just watched a lot, and now I'm just like, do I have the time for that now? I can't like spend all until 5 a.m. to watch all a whole season in one go. You know?
I got you.
Because back then I would do that, but now I'm just like, man,
it's an investment.
You know what I love about a lot of anime? Demon Slayer, Dragon Ball, all of the anime is, it's almost like good sci-fi. Good sci-fi is in the details, right? Like the good science fiction is in the details of how things work. I love how anime can have all these rules, how the world works, and they really stick to those rules, and they get really nuanced and in-depth about, like, for example, power scaling in DBZ, or JJK, how curses and curse energy works, and like the minute details matter in anime, and I feel like this genre expresses that to its fandom better than any other media source. And I think this is why they kind of struggle in live action, is because part of the love of these worlds and this content is based on the minutia, the details that kind of gets lost in live action adaptations.
It's kind of hard to like kind of represent that or show that, like those small details, right? And if it's an animated, you could draw those details out to make it every single part just makes it 10 times better.
Exactly.
But live action, like there's so much you can do. It's limited.
Well, and you have 2 hours or a 6-episode arc with Yu Yu Hakusho. It's like, and let's not even get into fucking goddamn Cowboy Bebop. What a fucking shit show that was.
It was bad.
It was really bad.
It was real bad.
So anyways, where can everyone find you on the socials?
Yeah, you
do
want
you
to
do a
plug
lot
your
of cosplay
socials?
stuff, or is this your first time going? This is something you want to do?
This is the first time. I'll be going to more because I'm just learning all about all this stuff right now.
Right.
And I've been watching anime for a while, but this is just the first time I've ever.
It's a good scene. A lot of nice people around here.
The scene.
Yeah, one of the guys who work in the booths here, he made an All for One cosplay.
I saw it.
Yeah,
it's
so
awesome.
I worked at
the mask is sick.
Yeah, dude. I met him at because I work at a ramen place.
Yeah.
Ramen Hayashi.
Shout out
Ramen Hayashi.
I work over there as a waiter, and he came up he was there to order, and then that's what I was like. That's when he said, "Oh yeah, I do cosplay." I was like, "Whoa, really?" And he showed me all this stuff, and then he told me about this place, and I was like, "Oh my god,
yeah,
I gotta go."
Who would have thought I'd have a chance to talk to Mario and Luigi?
Yeah,
that too.
Even though so many people are like really angry at us. So
what's up, Gen Nugs?
I must say, and this is, being a anime fan back in the 90s and even around Elliot's time, about 10 years older, kind of social suicide.
Really
And then you come out here now, and there's fucking baddies everywhere. Okay. Like, bro, and I'm like, why wasn't this a thing when I was into anime watching fucking Ninja Scroll and shit?
Yeah.
I think the funniest thing is you get a mix of baddies to video game characters to furries. I mean, I think I saw.
I've seen some furries. Furry just walked by.
Yeah,
right?
I saw Shadow and Shadow in Memphis. Yeah, from Sonic 06 of all things.
And you work in like a person-to-person, interpersonal communication kind of a field if you're going to be a waiter in the service industry of all kinds. So you kind of have to. But I love that this is largely, a place where everyone can be safe and let their love and freak flag kind of fly a little bit, and a bunch of social awkwardness that they are stepping out of their comfort zone in order to like express what they love. And I appreciate anything like that allows people to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because before, like, how back in the day, like, people like didn't really like anime as much. So if you did watch it, they'd be like, "Oh, you're weird."
Yeah.
But now it's
Trust me,
if you don't watch it,
you had to speak in codes.
They hate you.
And because it's mainstream.
Yeah,
and like
We've done it.
I never thought I would see the day.
I
but
didn't think so either.
Anime is sick as fuck.
It
so
is.
obviously
It
that
is.
was bound to happen.
I will stand my ground on that.
Hell yeah!
Right on, man.
Well, John, thank you very much for coming in.
Yeah,
really
for letting me
appreciate
talk
you.
to
Appreciate you.
Have a plus
And,
ultra day, man.
We're gonna go.
Thank you.
Go shout out Ramen Hayashi. Okay.
Shout out ramen.
If you don't
I know
think
what camera I'm looking
Mario and Luigi are gonna go try that ramen, you crazy.
It is the best ramen in Fresno. I'll tell you that.
That's big marks. That's big words, Elliot.
It's a 4.5 stars.
4.5 stars.
That's the highest rating, I think.
Out of all ramen
I think
places.
so.
All right,
Sure.
we're gonna
Well,
go
let's
check it
go.
out.
Ouija time.
With me now is a scientist, or so they say. Introduce yourself, please.
Dr. Robotnik.
Dr. Robotnik, question. What are your thoughts on animals?
They suck. They should be robots.
Now, what would you say is your least favorite animal?
Hedgehog.
Any color in particular?
Blue.
And what do you like to do on your days off, Dr. Robotnik?
Make more robots out of the Blue Hedgehog's friends.
Okay. If you could make a robot out of the blue hedgehog, what would you call him?
Metal Hedgehog.
Still a work in progress, I see. Okay. Now, you think what's a better color scheme? You think red and blue or like blue and green?
Red and blue.
Okay. All right. Now, and last question. What are your thoughts on mustaches? Do you like one that kind of curls upward kind of evenly or one that's kind of got ruffles in it?
I think they should curl upwards, probably evenly. I think that'd probably be the best.
Best interview so far. Dr. Robotnik, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Here, belly bump. Weegie back here, and with me is a very special guest, a very tall guest, mind you. What's your name?
I'm Sukuna.
Okay, Sukuna. First question, what are your thoughts on people with pink hair?
Pink hair? It's alright, They're just trying to be me for real.
They really are. They really are. Now, I have a question for you. Would you rather, I don't know, partner up with a guy who punches really hard or a guy who does shadow puppets?
Probably shadow puppets, but right now I have to settle.
What are your thoughts on settling? Does Sukuna ever settle?
No, but I'm climbing my way up to the shadow puppets, man.
Okay, all right. What are your feelings on people that wear something over their eyes?
It's kind of weird, It's just like, it's just not in.
How do they go around every day? How do they walk around?
I don't even know. It's weird.
Okay, I got a couple of more questions for you. One, if you were to, I don't know, make somebody eat a part of your body, what part would it be and why?
My fingers and toes.
Okay, and why the toes, I gotta ask? Are you into the grippers? Are you into the grip play?
Are you not?
I'm not the one being interviewed right now, okay? we don't need to worry about what Ouija's into, all right? Ouija time is a very special time, okay? And, we call that squeegee time, but that's for a different story. Now, if you had to, try out a new fit, what would you be more inclined to? Like a red and blue stupid-looking jumpsuits, or, I don't know, maybe like a nice pair of blue overalls with like a very mild green t-shirt underneath.
The green. For sure the green.
See, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Okay, now if you were to, I don't know, want to play a game where you could drive a car or ghost bust or, I don't know, beat people up like your brother or something for stealing your thunder and taking all of your money from your 3, different mansions, that's okay. Yeah. Mario the real estate agent seems to be doing great, But, I guess it's Luigi Poorhouse now. It's not Luigi's Mansion anymore, is it? Anyway, who would you be more inclined to hang out with, the realtor or the guy who owns 3 mansions?
Probably the guy who owns 3 mansions.
That's what I thought. Back to you in the studio.
Doover Podcast is back. It's Luigi here, Ouija time, and with me, why don't you give yourself an introduction here?
Hey guys, my name is Naruto Bogart. Come on!
Come out! I like it. You sound almost a little Captain Falcon-esque,
Well, Captain Falcon is also one of my favorite characters, but hey, you can't disrespect Terry Bogard, my man.
No, you can't. I'm a little upset you don't have the ponytail, though.
Well, this is actually Gun Ryu's Fatal Fury, Mark of the Wolves. Same with Sea of the Wolves as well.
Okay, so you're big into the fighting game realm, right? You're a big fighting game guy?
Yeah.
And see, I'm like, fighting games for me, it was if I could afford Tekken 3 at every pizza place ever, or it was Super Smash Bros. I was a Nintendo kid, so Smash Bros. Was my cup of tea. And I used to be kind of good. I am so bad now because kids are just crazy good at video games now. So how long have you been playing fighting games?
Back in probably 2005 or 6, I think.
Okay, and what was the one that really made you fall in love with it?
My first one was 2 things: the Super Nintendo and PlayStation. One of the fighting games was Street Fighter 2.
Yep.
And then the PlayStation was King of Fighters 99.
Okay, wait. I remember that game. It was all pixelated 3D.
Yep.
I remember that one. So we're in this world now where like fighting games take a huge stage at EVO. It's one of the biggest tournaments in esports. What are your thoughts on the upcoming EVO, and who do you think maybe the best? Do you follow the esports fighting game kind of realm?
Well, it depends on which one you go with. If I go with Maximilian Dude, I will go with him. But if it's with some other people, like let's say Kenny, I might go with him too.
Okay. And who? All right, I'm trying my best. So let's say, because I am at this point a casual. how would you get me like a casual into watching and like following fighting games? What would, like, if you could list out the best games to get newbies into fighting games, what would they be?
Well, the first things first is like if you're big a classic, then you might get that. But if you're in the modern thing, I recommend probably Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, and then I think what was it called? Guilty Gear.
Guilty Gear, okay.
Yeah.
I heard Guilty Gear can be really mechanically tough though.
Well, our system did do that. Just like Blaze Blue, Cross Tag Battle, which I think was okay. But then if you want to go like really competitive, I would suggest go with Street Fighter 6.
Okay. And who's your competitor of choice in Street Fighter? Oh, wait, Terry, right?
Well, yeah, of course, Terry, and then Mai show up, and then but now since Atlanta's coming out, until we got a little bit something.
I will say they put Terry Bogard in Smash, and I saw it. I was hyped for it. And I said, "This is going to be the guy I'm going to really learn." Because fighting game characters in Smash, you can actually use their original mechanics to play. And so I was like, "I'm going to learn Bust a Wolf. I'm going to learn the tackle. I'm going to learn all these sick moves." And I haven't learned any of them, and they're so difficult, and I suck, and I hate it. So I'm just going to stick with Weegie.
Okay. Well, it's pretty easy. Just if you want to do a power wave, just press the B and it'll do it. If you want to do like what's it called again? Oh yeah, the burn knuckle. Just move forward, press B and move forward, and then you get that.
Okay.
Rise and tackle. It's just probably just press down and press B and then boom.
Okay. Now we've covered the fighting game aspect of it, but you are part Naruto, correct?
Yeah, I am part Naruto.
Okay, so was Naruto like your go-to shonen? Was that the one that you fell in love with anime with?
Yeah, because
as Naruto's playing in the background.
Yep. Flying Dreamers, let's go.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite opening from Naruto?
It's probably that one. And
okay.
Was it Heroes Come Back for Sukuna?
Okay, not a bad one. Not a bad one.
Yeah.
So, is Naruto the show that really got you into anime, or is that just the one that's hot right now in your bloodstream, you're vibing with, you're rocking with?
Well, probably, it was because I remember my cousin had a Naruto game, Naruto Ultimate Ninja for the PS2.
Okay, I will say this because I'm not the biggest Naruto fan, but the Naruto video games spank. Those games are awesome.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so after that, and then I was like, years later, I was like, oh, I forgot Naruto because Dragon Ball Z came out to play, or Dragon Ball Z Kai came out in Nickelodeon. I was like, okay, I'll take that. And then Broly showed up. And I was like, okay, this is where everything goes up.
This is where everything pops off.
Mm-hmm.
All right, right on. And so here, I want to ask you a couple of things. One, what do you think what's the worst anime trope? And then what is your favorite? We'll go with what's the worst anime trope? And then if one had to go out of the big three, which one would it be?
For the trope, I have no idea. But for the big three, I would probably maybe just grab Sasuke. Because
Sasuke, okay, I'm glad you brought up Sasuke because Sasuke is such a punk.
Yeah,
the whole series.
Yeah, is it okay if I can curse a little?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, he was just a punk ass kid. He's like, I want everything. I want power. Well, guess what? You're not Virgil.
Hey, guess what? You're not Naruto, bro. Like, this ain't your show, buddy.
Yeah,
dude, I feel the same way. Everybody and like so many people love Sasuke and like, oh, his character arcs are so cool. I was like, bro was whining the entire time.
Yeah, that's true.
The entire time. Naruto had a bigger reason to be a villain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I would say my least favorite trope is the brother-sister interest thing.
That could be.
That's weird to me. I get it. It's like a Japanese. It's weird. It's so weird. I don't get it. The Oni-chans. The Ane-sans.
Yeah.
I don't get the.
Or more like the. Ooh, that thing. I was like, if I hear that, I was like, get away from me.
Exactly.
Please do not.
Well, I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I got to say, a 10 out of 10 fit. I honestly thought you were Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil.
Well, speaking of Leon Kennedy, I actually did like this character, but then when you play Resident Evil 4, Wesker's theme was actually the best one. I was like, okay, this is good. But I've never heard of Leon's theme, but he is a badass, and he did win against, was it Frank West? Is that his name? From Death Battle?
Yeah.
So I was like,
he did.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on here before I let you go? What are your thoughts on Death Battle? Because I think some of them are great, and then I think some of them are kind of buns.
It was good unless you get rid of the Justin Bieber versus like the one lady, whoever her name is.
I don't know. I didn't watch that one. I will say, which one's your favorite if you have one? Is it Leon Kennedy and Frank West?
That and I think what was the other one? It was Terry versus Ken.
Okay.
I think that's
old school. That's like one of the first ones they ever did.
Yeah, and speaking of Capcom, we were actually I want to say thanks to Capcom for putting that with Nintendo Switch because Capcom
and we love Nintendo.
Oh yeah,
we love Nintendo.
Unless you lower the price, please, because
we love Nintendo here. We love Nintendo.
Oh yeah,
there's nothing wrong with Nintendo at all. And in fact, so many people are so excited for the Switch 2 and its very fair pricing of Nintendo games. Isn't that right, head spokesperson Mario?
Woohoo! It's extremely fair to charge $80 for a video game, even if there's not a physical copy of it. Oh, physical? I hear $90 in your future. And that's fair.
I think $90 for Donkey Kong is absolutely fair. And, and we've had beef with Donkey in the past.
Let me tell you this right now. If you can't afford a Switch 2, just play the Switch 1, because that's fine. All right?
So fine.
It's not our fault that you're broke.
Yeah, broke boy problems.
Sorry, broke guys and girls. Oh, an extra $10 is going to break the bank? We assess value.
What, you're willing?
What value
What,
does
you're
it hold?
willing to spend $100 on Grand Theft Auto? You're just going to be driving in a car, hitting people. You can do that in Mario Kart with a torpedo bill.
Yeah, exactly.
And speaking of Naruto, Mario Kart World is actually going to come out the same day as the Nintendo Switch 2.
And it looks sick.
It does look sick.
It does look sick. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just like was it Street Fighter 6 gonna be the same thing. And since Elena will be out that day, which here's the thing. Capcom, here's like Max says something to this. Why did you put spring on Elena? It shouldn't have been summer.
So you don't want me to go on my diatribe about how technically they're baiting and switching. So there was a rule that came through recently about season pass characters that if you buy, they have to directly tell you, because Tekken historically used to hide their characters. Same thing with Smash. They used to do a silhouette. So if you don't know what you're buying, there was a law recently that came through that says you have to say who it is up front. So Capcom started just releasing who all of their season characters are going to be. But they said Elena was supposed to come out in spring.
Yep.
Okay. June 5th is summer.
Yeah.
It is not spring.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, and I get it. They're trying to piggyback on the release day of the Switch 2. I get it. And I actually hear that the Switch 2 version of Street Fighter 6 is surprisingly great. Like the input latency and stuff. Like people are giving rave reviews to it. I still think it's kind of bullshit. It's like, dude, you're going to make me wait 3 months? Because mine came out mid-February?
Probably.
Yeah, mid-February. So we're going from mid-February to
June.
Fucking June.
That's summer.
And like
that's a bummer.
The updating,
that's a fucking bummer right there.
dude, the updating protocol for Street Fighter 6 has been very lackluster, dude. Like costumes, colors, characters. It's like, dude, City of the Wolves, they said they're going to be dropping a new character every 2 months.
Well,
that's a release schedule I can get behind.
Well, we'll see what's going to happen on City of the Wolves, because it is coming out this month on the 24th.
Well, we're excited.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. We really appreciate you. Where can people find you on the socials?
Well, I don't have a social, but I do write
What a
fanfics,
mystery.
though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where can people find your fanfic?
Well, if you want to search for Naruto cross Tekken, like let's say Naruto cross Tekken 4, you can find that on Wattpad.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
That sounds rad.
That sounds pretty metal.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm into it.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I've been I've been stopped because let's just say one idiot who've been doing this. Let's say like, hey, here's the subscription. And it's just a porn thing. I was like, get the fuck out of my shit. Get out of my message. Stop spamming your promotion of a porn thing. Get the fuck out. I don't want your shit. Now, fuck off.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe
fuck off.
send those links somewhere else.
Yeah, word. Send them to definitely not us, because we don't want them porn links.
No.
At the Do Over Podcast 559.
Princess Daisy's not watching, right?
Oh, I hope not.
Ouija time.
Ouija time. With me today is, why don't you introduce yourself? You got swords.
Yeah. I'm Vinny the cosplayer on Instagram.
Oh, very cool. And who are you cosplaying as today?
Kirito from Sword Art Online.
Okay. What are your thoughts? Because a lot of people, definitely not Ouija, think that it's kind of mid.
That's all right, man. Sometimes not everyone likes anime. I don't like, what's the name of it? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I know it gets a lot of hype, but I'm not a fan.
You're not with the Ororas?
No, I am not with the Ororas.
Okay, what about Dio? What are your thoughts on Dio?
Dio, I think he's an overhyped character.
Okay.
Because I believe he's the one that gets memed a lot.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He's very memeable. He'd say almost as memeable as, I don't know, maybe like a guy in a red hat. It could be anybody, though.
It could be anybody.
Yeah, it could
don't
be.
know who that is.
Don't know at all.
Don't know what that stands for.
Yeah, probably mid, you know what I'm saying? Now, where's Asuna?
I wish I knew. Gotta go find her.
Do you feel like you're always chasing her?
Not always. Not always.
What are your thoughts on virtual dating?
Wouldn't recommend it. It's not a good topic.
Do you feel like, it just kind of sucks you in and then you just can't find a way to get out unless you beat like 87 levels?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, right on. What are your thoughts on having a kid, but it's like not a kid, but also kind of a kid?
So adoption, you mean?
Okay, yeah, we can go with that. What are your thoughts on
That's kind of like the concept, yeah. I believe that's all right, yeah.
Now, I know you got some rapscallions with you. You got, who's that, Chozo and Denji?
Yep.
And
Vanilla and Vector from the Sonic the Hedgehog series.
Okay, right on. And are they gambling? What are we playing? We playing dominoes?
I believe that's the Squid Games. I've never seen it, so I wouldn't know.
Okay, all right. Now, I'm not saying, Ouija wants to do it, but if he wanted to, I don't know, put down hypothetical gold coins on it, who would he talk to?
Definitely Vanilla.
Okay, that feels kind of racially insensitive, but okay. What are your thoughts on, if you were to wear an outfit? I know you got a great all black outfit. It's very edgelord,
yeah.
Which is cool nowadays,
yes,
right?
It is.
But if you had to change your costume or your outfit to something a little more practical, say like a blue overall jean thing with some long sleeve, like a green long sleeve, would you be down to wear that?
I would.
Think it's good fashion sense?
Good fashion. Green, underappreciated color.
Green really is. You've had a lot of time in the virtual world. If there was one person you just never had to deal with again in that virtual world, who would it be?
Definitely Heathcliff. He's the reason we're stuck in there.
Sounds like a real jackass.
Yeah, for sure.
On like a scale of 1 to Bowser, how bad is he?
Bowser.
Ooh, that's pretty bad.
Yes.
Who do you think's worse, Bowser or King Boo?
I gotta say King Boo.
King Boo is the worst. You hear me? You hear me, King Boo? You're the worst. We hate you. You keep coming into my house. You're not paying rent. You keep trapping my brother in paintings. I don't know how to get him out. I'm just a plumber, all right? I get paid $50,000 a year. And that's before taxes, okay? I don't make much, Boo. Well, thank you so much for your time, Kirito. I really appreciate it. And where can people find you on social media?
As I said, I'm Vinny the cosplayer on Instagram.
Go support Vinny the cosplayer. And if you don't,
appreciate it.
Kirito slashes for everybody, okay? Ouija time.
Thank you.
You want Goku or Vegeta?
Huh?
You want Goku or Vegeta?
Either or is fine. Sure, no, I'll be Vegeta.
Vegeta's right here. Yeah, that's fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, here.
Fusion.
Oh, we gotta say it at the same time, okay?
Fusion. It's on awkward. That's why they call me Weegie. Ouija time. We are back with a holy trinity of talent. Please state your name and what you're doing here.
I'm Chess. I'm half of Chess and Gwen, and I'm the author of the Bohemian Trials.
Okay. And so is this Checkers over here?
I am Gwen, so yes. I'm the illustrator of the Bohemian Trials.
Okay. And one more?
Caden, husband.
Very cool, very cool. Now, can you tell us a little bit? So you started your very own manga, correct?
Yes.
Can you give us a little synopsis and how long you guys decided to start? When did this first start? When did this dream really, jump off on like a Goomba and really get going?
It started when we were 17, almost 18, and 14. And so that was like 8 years ago, actually. Am I allowed to kind of talk about a little bit? So my sister, like many artists, struggled with depression. And had a lot of things she was going through. And so Izzy, who's the one in the pink poster, was actually like a means of expressing just the struggles she was going through. And then we're actually Christian. And so when she gave her life to Christ and kind of found the Lord, her life just kind of shifted.
Okay.
And she just found this like hope and joy in herself and just her life. And so Izzy in turn actually reflected that. She's our most bubbly character now, and she's honestly like the cutest. But what happened was one day she was working on a drawing of what's now the 6 leading members that are our team in our series. And I had went over her shoulder because she's my sister. And I saw what she was working on. I'm a big nerd and I've always wanted to be a writer. I've known that since I was like 13. And so like 2 days later, I came to her room and I said, these are their names, these are their abilities, these are their personalities. And it was all gone from there, so.
And now I want to go to the art aspect of it. What was the inspiration of the character designs?
Oron High School Host Club was the first inspiration.
Okay.
And then it just adapted because we were kind of going to do a dark comedy. And then over time we were like, oh, the more serious it was, the better it was.
Okay.
So the characters like adapted and changed very much. Like I think only 3 of them look exactly the same from day one.
Yeah.
What's some of the struggles you've had as a writer trying to find the right voice for these characters? Now, you said one of them was very close to home with your sister, but what about the other characters, and like how have you been able to develop their personalities?
I feel like one part is like inevitably pieces of ourselves kind of bled into each of the characters because it's not like a self-insert and it would, no, these characters are way too cool for me. It ended up like kind of taking pieces of ourselves, but at the same time, our big motive was being really real with people and reflecting just human nature. And so we wanted people to be able to see these characters, see their flaws, see their struggles, and find themselves in them. And so like Laia has a lot of my own personal struggles, both in my faith walk and just as a person. Like one big thing was I struggled a lot with imposter syndrome, even in my writing.
Most writers do, myself included.
Yes. And so Laia kind of deals with that similar issue as a leader of the team. And so it kind of just came down to wanting to be real with people. And so all these characters over time started coming from our experiences and our lives and our faith and things like that. And then over time, they just became themselves individually. And it's a really cool experience to see. So
Absolutely. So you've been at this for 8 years, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. And over those 8 years, what do you think you've seen really like skyrocket when it comes to this project? Do you think it is like how overall your skills have gotten better, just how much support you've gotten along the way? What would you say has been like the biggest impact of this 8-year journey with these characters?
Definitely the support. I think that now having like a physical book and like getting to see, because a lot of people who don't know and aren't in this world, they're like, oh, you draw for a living, or oh, you write for a living, what's your real job? But it's like when people come here and they see, they go, oh my goodness, like I'd love to support you. And so it definitely helps a lot.
Since we have an artist here, I'm going to talk to the husband here for a second. What are your thoughts on AI art, quote unquote?
No, absolutely not. No.
Okay, but let's say, what if there was a guy, I don't know, he might be wearing a green jumpsuit and like he was really getting into like fanfic between like 2 friends that don't rhyme with Minshesh Matey and Luigi. I don't know. Now, but you know, he's not very good at drawing, so he snaps in a little AI art and finds out like, whoa, that got a little too spicy too fast. What would you say to inspiring artists? Express themselves creatively without using AI. How would you say would be like the best steps to do that?
Draw what you want. I mean, mine was my emotions. Mine was like, oh, I just feel sad all the time. It was always dark stuff, but obviously it's changed. I think that like, it doesn't matter like, oh, my art doesn't look good, or oh, like the character proportions aren't right and stuff. Like, I mean, a lot of times you hear nowadays a lot of people who are successful in the art industry say like how when they were in high school, they would say like, oh, anime is not going to make it. Look at where we're at right now. Like, there's cons everywhere. It sells very well. I think that there's a niche for everything in all arts.
So you're saying my fanfic has a chance?
Your fanfic has a chance.
Cool. That's super cool. That's super cool to hear. You know, there's a lot of talk about, you know, Mario Kart, Smash Bros, Mario 64, you know, Mario Galaxy, but Mario Party. But did anybody ask, you know, where's that party being held? You know, whose mansion, whose name's on the deed? And, you know, Bowser, he eats about 50 pounds of food, and Donkey Kong's leaving bananas everywhere. But, you know, who's checking on Luigi's mansion?
Yeah, you know, it's Chess and Gwen. Never is it Gwen and Chess, you know. It's rough out there. It's rough out there.
Can't think of a better way to end it. You guys, thank you so much. Where can they find all of your guys' stuff? And shout it out one more time for everybody to hear it.
You can go to chessandgwen.com, so CHESS and Gwen, GWEN.com, and that has the links to our other site, thebohemiantrials.com. It has all of our socials on there. You can read up about our series in depth, learn about us, and find out how you can get a hold of our book.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Ouija time. Okay. All right. Get another try. Get another try in. All right, Kirito. Summon the power of anime and Jesus. All right.
What's up? Your theme is playing.
That wasn't bad. Lisa, where are you? We need an opening theme stat. All right, one more. You got it. Here, let me try.
Suck it.
Let me try this. All right, these gloves are a little sweaty. It's okay.
Just flips it over.
Damn it! All right, let me try that again. Okay. Let's just.
Show us the power of player 2.
Green fireball.
No, Luigi, you gotta win by doing nothing.
Damn it!
You have to do nothing.
All right, last one.
You got this.
Got it. Go.
Luigi.
Player 2.
Damn it!
Don't kick their game.
All right, here we go.
No.
Okay. See? It's harder than it looks, okay?
It really is. No, the first time I did this, it took me like 5 minutes.
Okay. All right, here. Okay, you got to hit there.
Okay.
I put 20 grand on him flipping it this next time, okay? 20 grand coin.
Lost your money.
That's a push. That's a push. See? So I all right, here we go. He's got it. All right, he's got it locked in. All right. Last one, Denji. Think of Makima's boobs when you're doing it.
Let me try.
That's all I got.